I will fully admit that I am a cynic. I am often afraid of things, so my response to them is cynicism, to act as if I don't believe. But I have to tell you that I am hardened by the things I am seeing. I am watching America start to at least try to answer questions that me and people like me have had ever since our arrival here. I've watched people pray for generations and generations and heard about them praying for the very thing we're seeing right now. Somebody see us. Somebody hear us. Somebody help us. Somebody come for us. And I'm watching young black men and women and white men and women and Asian and Latin take to the streets, and they risk a lot. I've watched people be beaten bloody. I've watched people be shot with rubber bullets. I've watched people be stomped and ran over by horses and hit by cars. There are a couple of people right now who've been shot with rubber bullets who are now clinging to life, who are brain dead for us. Because they believed in us, because their parents were silent and their grandparents were silent. We're in this situation right now. People are risking things. I don't know how many people have called me and hit me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and say, I've been silent before, I won't now. I'm ashamed of what I let happen. When I watched the Congress sit there yesterday and talk about some of the things they wanted to bring into legislature, there are some legislatures, some of the very things I prayed for and I've asked for. And when I watched them, I got choked up. I thought about all the men and women who were broken and beaten and murdered, all for this moment. And I was appreciative. And I said thank you, because I know that I can be cynical. And I know how tired people get. And I know how easy it is for them to stray for. So that's why when I woke up or yesterday, when I saw several articles deriding the people in the Congress for wearing kente cloth, I found it disingenuous. I was hardened by that. I thought it was a show of disrespect. Those men and women would have received less rancor if they were wearing that at a Kwanzaa pageant. But they were actually wearing that and talking about the things that plague our community and what they would do about them. I would respect those articles that were written if they were talking about what they didn't like about the bill as opposed to what they wore. I don't care what they wore. I don't care what they did. Will it help my people? I care what they say and what they do. And what they were saying were things that we've been asking for since our existence. Maybe it didn't come in the package you wanted it to, and maybe you can be you can be off-putting enough to go, oh, well, I hated what they wore. Tell me what you heard. Tell me what they do. Because let's be clear from my perspective. As for me, I don't pretend to speak for anybody else. As for me, I was hardened by the things that I saw. I was hardened by the things that I heard. Let me be clear. I don't care what they were wearing. If they can do what it is they propose, they could come in cornrows, and I wouldn't give a damn. Matter of fact, if they can do it, I'll braid Nancy Pelosi's hair myself with the organic sulfurate. The adage, it is not the words of our enemies, it is the sides of our friends. They never once asked what they were wearing. That's a note from the GED section. It's the D.L. Hughley Show.